Diaz is gonna give you guys all fucking stars, you know.
I can't fuck with that shit.
Dude,
I'm gonna fake.
You know what he'll do? He'll do that. He'll be like, "What are you, fucking Momo?" And then he'll be like, "You're not gonna do it." It's fucking it's fucking like a little chick in a skirt. And then he'll cut a corner off, eat that.
Okay.
And you'll be like, "All right." And then an hour later, you'll be like,
Have you done that with him?
"Yeah, dude."
I can't do that
Nightmare.
shit.
Dude,
I freak out.
So I did his podcast. This is like, I don't know how many, like 7-8 years ago. And he's like, "Eat one of these." I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Why not?" I'm like, "Because it's fucking 800 milligrams, dude."
Yeah.
So he cuts a corner off. Like I'm telling you, he's like, "Eat that." And I'm like, "All right." Like that's literally, it's like you could put it between these two little things. And, you know, it tastes like you're eating a crumb of a cookie or something.
Right.
So I'm like, this is fine. I sit there, we do the podcast like this. By the end of it, I'm like, and I don't realize how fucked up I am, right? I'm like, "All right, it's good to see you, man." I go downstairs. I have my car out front. I get on. I put on the directions, and it's like, make a right onto the freeway, and I drive straight. And I was like, "Oh shit!" It was right there. I'm like, "Fuck!" So I go, "All right, I'll turn around." So I turn around. And now it says make a left on the freeway. I drive past it again. I'm like, "Motherfucker."
Oh, boy.
So then I turn around again. And as I'm pulling up to that entrance, I'm not doing anything wrong, but I look to my left and it's LAPD. And I'm like, I'm just like panicked, you know?
Oh, yeah, of
So
course.
instead of turning on the freeway, I'm like, "Don't get on the freeway. You're too fucked up." I just go straight. I pull onto Ventura, which is like the big street in the valley. I pull into a Ralph's parking lot. And I just put the car in park. And I'm like, fuck. And I just turn my head to the right, and in the car next to me, looking at me like this, is Dice.
What? No way.
Yes, I swear to God. And I'm like, I feel like, you know, I'm tripping right now.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just out of my mind. And I'm like, there's no way I can drive, right? There's no fucking way I can drive. So I call an Uber, and
You left your car?
I left my car at the Ralph's.
Wow.
And I'm so fucked up that, like, first of all, the Uber driver is a woman, which is pretty, like, kind of rare, I guess. And I'm like, "I'm cool, don't worry." And she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, there's no way I could do this right now." I keep telling her, I'm like, "There's no way I could do this." She's like, "Okay." And I'm like, because I'm like super fucked up. And she's like, "Great." And I just keep repeating it to her. I'm like, "Yeah, you know," I was like, "Just all the turns you made. There's no way I could handle this." She's like, "All right, man." Like,
Meanwhile, Diaz is doing his taxes. He's not even phased at all.
fine.